so nice drop this morning. So we were perfectly in balance most of the whole night pretty much. And then Trump tweeted something about tariffs for iPhones in Europe, and market dumped. I mean, we were looking for this breakout, but it happened pretty quickly, around 7 a.m., something like that. It went right through all these levels like nothing. Previous week's low, went through this high volume node to the 200 moving average and getting in the gap. We bounce exactly at the yearly VWAP. So if you don't have the yearly VWAP in your charts, I recommend that you add it, because monthly, yearly, weekly VWAPs are relevant. And now we're trading around the 21 EMA. Found some buyers there, so we're just consolidating a little bit, accepting prices lower. So what there's to look for now when the market opens is, do we make new lows? Do we retest these lows? Or is this it, and then we just start moving higher and retesting the previous week's low, which is what the bulls want to do. They want to go back inside the previous week's low. We have also that 200 moving average and the monthly VWAP right there, so that's gonna be a magnet on the upside. But then from there, we gotta see if sellers are still present, and then we just, balance or stay rotational in this area. If we get above that, this 200 and the previous week's low, we could get a little bit of a squeeze and retest this high volume node at 58.25ish, and then from there see if the move keeps going. Then we have that gap, the RTH gap to yesterday's low right here, and we have a low volume node. So from there, we have to we should expect sellers all the way here, but if we are able to get back all the way to yesterday's low, this could turn into a bigger short squeeze, and then we could sweep through value from yesterday. That's a possibility, so I wouldn't discount that, even though it's a huge range. If we're able to find sellers in this area or somewhere around here, if we could stay, one scenario is that we stay rotational here. The other one is that we break below these lows again, test this 57.50, and then fill that gap to this area first. So there's the actual gap is all the way here. It's at 57.10, which is where we broke from, and we left that RTH gap. But the gap that fills that range, right, is right here at the April high at 57.39 and a quarter, right? Actually 57.40, because this high is a little higher. So that will be the first gap to fill, and then the gap to the RTH high is down here, 57.10. And then if we get below that, then we have this distribution right here, and the first target will be 56.85, 56.75. This too low, high volume node, I'm sorry. Those will be targets if we start getting inside the range of this session, which left the gap. NQ, where are we? Okay, so NQ. So NQ's it's a little stronger than ES, because look at this. The previous week's low is here. It hasn't even broken it yet. And that gap is all the way here to 20,279, and we're still above the 200 daily moving average, above the 220 moving average. And if we fill this gap, we have this high right here that could provide some support at 20,500. So that's what there's to look at. We could have a scenario that in where NQ looks below the previous week's low and then fails to hold below it, and then we see buyers if we do one of these, look below and fail, and then come back inside the range. So that's a possibility, because by that time, if we break this low, what could happen is that by that time ES is already filling the gap, and then we see this some buying response at that point, and then we could have a little bit of a turnaround there after breaking this low. So keep both charts together so that you can see how they both react to those key levels, right? If you look at the structure, right? And if ES gets here, it will be very weird for NQ to take all this move. This in comparison is huge, right? So NQ would have to be super weak in order to fill this whole gap. So that's why I'm saying that if we get in here, fill that gap, then NQ could be halfway through it, and then we could see a reaction before we fill this whole area. So keep that in mind. This green area was support, now it's resistance. So just below the 21,000, I would look for some selling, responsive selling, okay, so that's about it for the indices. Crude. So crude, after doing that look above and fill, is now at the bottom of the range. Got to that 60 area and it's bouncing now, so it'll probably stay rotational in this area, and then this, to me, this is a good buying area, with a stop maybe below this low volume area and then targeting the 62 area. I think that's a good risk reward, even putting a stop below this low right now, below 60. If we see that this bounce is holding right here, I think 62 would be a nice trade right here. Gold keeps going, went through this whole area as I mentioned yesterday, and now is breaking above this area. If this doesn't hold, you see how like we traded above it, now we're coming back down. If it doesn't hold, there could be a similar scenario, which the one that I was just talking about in crude. So look above and fell, and if we hold below this 3360, then target the middle of this range again, which is around 3320. So that's a good risk reward trade too. Or maybe 3330, which is that point of control from this overnight session. Target down, which is also above this swing high. So I think that's a good good one to look at. But if we hold above this red zone right here, which I should make it green now because now we're above it. If we hold above it, then we can target this 33.95 area. All right, we have a long weekend because Monday there's no markets. And as far as news, we have some Fed speaking. It says here new home sales, but I thought that we had that yesterday. I think there's a new home sales, or maybe yesterday was pending home sales. I don't know. New home sales at 10 a.m. And then the U.S. Treasury Secretary Bessent is speaking at 11:30. Fed speaking at 12. Trump signing executive orders. There's tariffs, headlines to watch for. So we have opportunities to have trigger to actually finish filling that gap. All right, good luck and enjoy your long weekend.